Alright guys, so finally I'm going to be making this video, or finally I'm making this video. As you guys already know, or if you don't know, my mom is here in Australia visiting, and I'm just going to be explaining to you guys who asked what type of visa she's on, what is the processing time, what are the documents, what is the cost of the visa, everything regarding this visa, guys. If you haven't watched my previous videos, please do, so that you just follow along. Okay, I've done a couple vlogs, I've done a sit down video with her, and there's so many coming, guys. It's just the time to sit down and edit, but basically I've been filming a lot. But yeah, let's just dive right into this video. So for the visa she's on, my mom is currently on visitors visa subclass 600. So when it comes to Australia's visitors visa, they have so many streams. Okay, at least 5 different streams. Okay, so but this particular stream my mom came on is the tourist stream, apply outside of Australia. So basically the stream you can apply for is just dependent on your eligibility. Okay, which one you are most qualified for. This is official Australian immigration website. This is Home Affairs. Okay, I'm going to leave a link in the description box so you can read through it, and you also see apply button right there, so that after checking everything and you're eligible, you can go ahead and click on apply. So as a matter of fact, we didn't actually use an agent for this visa because it's pretty straightforward. You don't necessarily need an agent, but if that makes you more comfortable, I see no reason why you shouldn't. If you have the fund, if you have the resources to do that, please by all means use an agent. Okay, so the stay is for 12 months, which is a year, but the thing is you can't stay for more than 3 months at a time. Okay, that is the condition. So you can go back, come back again within that same year, and then stay for another 3 months. So but you are not allowed to stay for more than 3 months at a time. I hope that makes sense. So the cost is pretty much 150 Australian dollars. It's not expensive if you ask me, but where the main cost is the flight ticket. The flight ticket is not cheap, especially if you are coming from Nigeria, or if you are coming from Africa. It's not cheap, so that is the only downside. So the processing time varies depending on when you apply. If you apply during peak period, which is basically Christmas time, Easter time, during holiday time, the processing time obviously will take longer. Okay, because there are so many people who are applying for the same visa, so many people who are coming to see their family here during Christmas, to spend time with their family. You can get this visa approved in 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 1 week. In our case, ours was granted in exactly 8 days, and that's because we actually applied during peak period, during Christmas time. So yeah, once you have your documents ready, once you have everything, all the proofs, it doesn't take time to be granted. So sometimes what actually causes delay is you not providing the necessary documents, them having to send you an email requesting extra documents because you didn't submit every document that you are needed to submit. So that's actually what most of the time, that's what sets all these things back. So you can't stay permanently. Obviously it's a visitor's visa, so you can't stay permanently. That is the major thing they are checking. Okay, that you are just coming to visit and then go back home. So they're also checking that you have enough money to take care of yourself while in Australia, or that someone you are visiting has enough money to take care of your stay. And that includes the general living costs, your travels within Australia. If you indicated that you are going to be traveling while in Australia, you're going to be visiting different states. And let me give you guys a tip. Okay, so when you are applying, okay, don't even mention that you're going to be visiting so many states here, because that's going to add to the amount of money that you need to show as proof. Okay, let me break it down. They'll ask you where are you going to visit while in Australia. So if you mention that you're going to be visiting Victoria, you're going to be visiting Brisbane, you're going to be visiting New South Wales, you're going to be visiting all these states in Australia, that is going to add to the amount of money they will need as proof that you can take care of yourself, you can take care of these travels, all these places that you're indicating you'll be traveling to. You need enough money in your bank account to take care of that. So basically just mention few places. In our case, we just mentioned that my mom is going to be visiting Sydney, and that's it. So in that case, they won't ask for too much fund. And also another tip, if you are applying for this visa, don't apply to stay for more than 3 months, especially if you don't have any travel history. Don't even apply to stay for more than 3 months. If you apply, or if you indicate a shorter period of time, that you're going to be staying for a shorter period of time, it is easier for them to grant your visa. Does that make sense? It is easier for them to grant your visa when you indicate that you are only staying for a limited or a short amount of time. Let's say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, okay? But if you indicate that you're going to be staying for 6 months and 1 year, it will take longer time. That's just how it works. So that is the tip I'm giving you guys for free. So in my mommy's case, we applied for her to stay for a month, and then they gave us 1 whole year. Okay, they gave us 12 months. With this visa also, you are not allowed to work. Okay, it is no work. Okay, for those of you that will come out and say Australia's visitors visa, you can work with it, you can do this one, you can even convert it to PR. Before you can work legally in Australia, you need bank account, you need tax file number, you need all of that. And before you can get those, you need to show your ID, at least your passport and all. And if you are illegal in Australia, that's when they will catch you. You know, it's easy. That's when they will catch you. So if you have some people who work here illegally, okay, through the back door, they just basically collect peanuts, okay, because they pay them cash. They can't have any bank transaction whatsoever because that will be implicating themselves. So you have to collect cash. Some of these employers will actually utilize it, okay. They will pay you peanuts where they're paying others like $30 per hour. They'll be paying you $8 per hour because they're paying you cash. Come through the right way, okay, if you can. I know it's hard. If you can't, come through the right way. It's much easier. You cannot study for more than 3 months, so you can't study any course that takes more than 3 months to complete. So yeah, basically you can just do all these short in like CPR course, first aid. First aid is basically 1 day, CPR is 1 day. Which other course? Maybe say certificate 3 in some cases. So yeah, you can't study any course that takes more than 3 months to complete. That's basically it. And also you must be outside of Australia while applying. Like the stream said, apply outside of Australia. So you must be outside of Australia to apply for this visa. So let's basically go through the documents that we used, okay. So the number 1 document you need is regarding your proof of fund, that you have enough fund to take care of yourself while in Australia, okay. At least 3 months bank statement. If you can get 6 months, just get 6 months just in case, but at least 3 months. And again, pay slip. If you're working, you have to get your pay slip, which shows where they pay you salary. In our case, my mom did provide pay slip. My mom is a teacher, so she provided pay slip. So if you're not doing any white collar job, you can provide documents of your properties, your landed properties, any properties you have, or any tangible thing that you have, okay? Because the idea is they want to see that you have something to go back to, you, that you're not coming here to stay forever. So also regarding the documents that we provided our own bank statement because we opted to take care of everything regarding her stay. Yeah, we basically just indicated that she's coming to our home, she's going to be staying in our house, we are going to be taking care of all her expenses. We also provided our own bank statement showing that we have enough money to foot her bill, take care of her stay here, as well as her flight ticket back home. Okay, another document that we provided is leave letter approval. So my mom got leave letter approval from her employer. Make sure that it states exactly how long the leave is, as well as when the person is required to be back to work or back to duties. One is letter of invitation from your relative who is in Australia. So that is me, her daughter. So I wrote letter of invitation. It's not so hard. They have so many templates online already. Yeah, it's pretty easy, and you don't need to write too much, guys. Don't need to make it a whole essay. No, nobody has time to read that. So just make it simple and straight to the point. Just make sure that it states the relationship, like I'm her daughter, and the reason for her coming over. For me, I stated that she hasn't met my kids before, that I would actually love for her to come and meet my own children, and for my children to meet their grandma for the very first time. Yeah, just make it convincing, make it straightforward. Don't write so much. I think mine was like about 7 sentences. That's it. You don't need to write a whole big letter, whole big essay. No, just make it short and sweet. Okay, another thing that she provided was her birth certificate. If your parents doesn't have that, doesn't have a birth certificate, you can go ahead and do proof of age for them and make sure that you certify it. So another thing is local government identification, which shows where you are from, shows that you are from Nigeria, which local government, blah 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 blah. So she did provide her local government ID. You can also use voters card. If you have voters card, if you have your PVC, you can definitely use that. So another important thing that she provided was her yellow card certificate, showing that she was vaccinated for polio as well, not just for yellow fever. She was vaccinated for polio as well as yellow fever. Okay, they need those two, please. And with this, we didn't need to do medicals. We didn't do any medicals, and that was a whole lot of money waived. Okay, because doing medicals costs a lot of money, especially in Nigeria. She did not need to do any more medicals. Okay, so another thing obviously is international passport, showing that it's not expiring anytime soon, at least 6 months. And again, she provided 2 recent passport photographs. You have to write your name and signature at the back of it, and the passport photograph must be white background. Another thing is police certificate. Okay, you need your police report. Okay, and that shows them that you are not a criminal, you don't pose any threats to the community when you eventually arrive in Australia, that you are not a criminal basically. So you have to get that clearance from police. You can get that. We got one in Lagos. Just type on Google, just check or ask questions where you can get your police certificate. You need to get all these documents, certified. Look for where they certify copies. Most of the time they just gather everything together and bill you, like bulk bill everything. But yeah, we did certify some of the documents like the police report. Very, very important. So yeah, another thing that you need to do is you need to do biometrics. My mom did do the biometric. She did that in Lagos. Just research around you where you can do it. And yeah, that's basically it. So when you click on that apply button, it will ask you to create an email account. For you to get any visa in Australia, for you to apply for any visa at all in Australia, you need an email account. An email account doesn't take much to create. All you need is your email address. So if your parents or whoever you're inviting doesn't have email address, they need to get one. They just basically ask you just simple questions like your name. They will also ask you for security questions. The security question is just basically to safeguard your account so that it doesn't get stolen by anyone. So they just ask you things like, what's your favorite novel, what's your favorite snack, what's your favorite childhood game. It could be anything really, but that is just peculiar to you, so only you has an answer to that. So you select the question and then you put in the answer, so that whenever you're logging in again, they will ask you that question and then you supply the answer. So once you've created your email account, you then go ahead to select the visa that you are actually applying for. Select the stream and make sure that you select the correct stream, because after applying you cannot be able to change. You can't change the stream after applying. So you click on that, just answer basic questions that they will ask you. Pretty just straightforward questions. Are you this? It's basically yes or no questions. Okay, so and then you have to enter how long you are staying, who you are visiting, the address of the people you are visiting. Thank you, baby. At the end of the application, they will ask you to attach your documents, and that's where you attach all these documents that I've mentioned before. Make sure that you provide enough documentation. Okay, make sure that you supply enough documents. So that's basically it for this visa. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. It's very easy to get granted once you have the required documentation. Once you prove that you're not coming here to stay to stay permanently. Just provide all the documents that are needed, supply all information, be truthful, be genuine, be honest, be smart. That's all I can say basically. And yeah, if you have any more questions, please leave it in the comment section, or if you have any personal questions, send me a DM at verabella_opara on Instagram. Okay, please, if you are new here, go ahead and subscribe. On here I share tips on migrating to Australia as well as my lifestyle here. So I not only show you or give you tips on migrating, I also show you what it feels like living here in Australia through my vlogs. Okay, so please go ahead and subscribe if you're new here. It will be a pleasure to have you in my family. Okay, that's basically it, guys. My mom has been very helpful. She's great with the kids. She does pretty much everything, feed them, bath time, do everything. Like, I'm just enjoying this period, even though I'm still working. I'm working more. I'm working extra shift these days because yeah, we need the money. Okay, but yeah, that's basically it. We have so many vlogs that we filmed, or I filmed. Okay, it's just the time to sit down and edit. But yeah, expect more vlogs, expect more videos. I'm going to also try and film how she was able to bring the African food stuff and stuff. But yeah, I don't think you guys can even hear me at this point. That's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you lovelies in the next one. Okay,